Hi everybody. I'm always looking for a solution, and I wanted to try to keep people away from the back of our property that might want to go look at our shed or break into something. You might have the same situation like a garage. So I thought, what else can we do? Because we've got up alarms, that type of thing. How about to make it as unappealing as possible? So here's what I found. This is called Skunkum, which is skunk pee in a bottle, believe it or not. And you spray this around if you want to deter people from hanging around a particular spot and causing you grief. The other thing I found out works out really well for is, I can't believe this, but we have an area that the cats in the neighborhood like to come and pee and poop in. I've sprayed this down into the dirt. I haven't seen them for 2 weeks. Usually they come every night, so maybe there's something to it. This stuff is from a store called the Predator Pee Store, and they sell all sorts of peas, and as weird as it sounds, there's a pee for every purpose. And one of the cool things is they do a particular spray meant, or pee, sell a pee meant for getting rid of cats, and that is a wolf urine of all things. Can you imagine that? Why a cat would be afraid of a wolf? Because they've never seen them, but apparently it's bred into them. But what I have discovered is they don't like this stuff at all. So for me, this works out pretty good. So here's what I'm talking about. We got a full 1 ounce, actually I bought two for about $44 Canadian landed. 2 of these 1 ounce bottles of pure skunk essence, or pee, and a bottle. And what you do is you take one, you pour it into the bottle, and in this case they recommend filling this up to here with water, shaking it and spraying it. Now I've done that, but I'm going to show you in a minute in the clip here where it's not the best idea, and I'll tell you why. It doesn't mix very well. So I'm going to show you what it looks like when it doesn't mix, and then my solution is, instead of water, to use baby oil. Why is that? Because they're going to mix better in the long run and stay mixed. So we'll have a quick look at the video where it doesn't mix at all, and then I'll show you the end result of this when I do it, which is using a baby oil. And what I like about the baby oil is water evaporates, and the smell kind of dissipates with it, I find. When you have an oil, it's going to leave more of a stain or a slippery mess. That smell is going to last longer because of that. What do you think, it'll work? I do. Stick in there. Let's see what happens. So I'd like to show you how the skunk essence, is a pee, actually separates in the bottle. You see it's floating up on top here, and that's water just below it. And in order to get it to mix, you got to give it a really good shake. The problem I find with this is, even when you give it a shake, and that's looking pretty good right now, right? Watch what happens as soon as I set it down. Almost within seconds, it starts to separate again, and you see the layer forming near the top. And what's going to happen right away is the water below it's going to be clear again. So it doesn't spray well for that reason, because the concentrate, you can see it going near the top again. The concentrate's always near the top. So I have an idea, and what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to mix the essence with something like an oil, like a baby oil or a cooking oil, and then shake it up. And I think what's going to happen, it's going to stay mixed better because they're more compatible than the water would be. So we'll give that a try, and we'll see how that works. Now you saw by that it doesn't mix very well, right? So what we want to do, and you want to do this outside, is now that I've got the other spray empty from here and the water is out, we're going to remove the cap here. And make sure you got gloves on, because this is going to be nasty if you don't, and don't put it on anything that you value. So this is the 1 ounce pee that I haven't used yet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it into oil, baby oil. And I think when I spray that and when I shake it up, it's really going to stay mixed. So you can see it comes all wrapped up here nicely, so it doesn't spill by accident. We're going to take that and we're going to go ahead and really carefully put that in there like so. You see how that's going in there now? The whole thing's pretty well in there. All right, make sure you get every last drop of goodness. So you can see that in the bottom now. And let's be careful we don't drip this anywhere. We're going to set that aside, and I'm going to take the baby oil, and it's cheap. You can get this for about $3 or $4 at Walmart, and I'm going to squeeze that baby oil in there. Should probably remove the, there's a drip spout on there. I probably should have gotten rid of it. So it's going to take a second, I think, while I squeeze all this in. I might have to cut the video just to kind of eliminate all this stuff. But we'll see how fast we can do it. That's not too bad. This bottle's almost halfway full now. So I think it's 16 fluid ounces in the spray bottle that they provide you. And this oil is a little bit more than that. It's probably maybe 1.5 times that amount. But I can see right now, what I noticed right away is that it's actually mixing as I squeeze it in there. It wasn't doing that before on the water. It was floating on top of the water, which is what you don't want. So, almost done. I'll squeeze that in there. And now we're getting to the top of the mix. And yeah, I can see right off the bat that this is way better. So we're gonna finish that off. Set that aside. Carefully put the spout back in so it doesn't drip on everything and make a stinky mess. I'm gonna close that baby up. And look at this. Already it's mixed. It's not floating apart and separating like it was in the water. And I think it's going to stay like this. Now you can give it a good shake, but I think it's going to stay like that. So when we spray this, this is going to make an oily residue in the grass, in some leaves, on some paper, on some garbage. It doesn't really matter. So where can you use this? You can use it around the back of your property to deter people from hanging around. As I said, I don't think cats like this very much because I haven't seen the cats come back. If you find that dogs pee or poop in your area or in your yard and you want to keep them away, spray this on the ground. I'll guarantee you that with the fine noses that cats and dogs have, they want nothing to do with this. Well, this is really cheap. This comes from the Predator Pee store in the US. I'm going to provide a link, and they seem to be really nice people. I had some contact with them, and they were quick to respond. It's cheap. It's $44. You can make 2 of these, which is an awful lot of skunk pee, and I don't think it'll bug your neighbors too much because it's not like when you hit a skunk on the road or run over a skunk where that smell goes for 3 or 4 blocks. It's different. I don't know why, but it is different. This is more or less an immediate area type of thing where you'll notice the smell. So you want to keep things off your property. You want to stop people from hanging around in front of your store, wherever, by your garage. This might be the way to go. Skunk pee. Have a great day, and we'll see you around the neighborhood. Take care.